This episode is brought to you by Computer Solutions R Us. Phil and his team hooked us up with all of our computers, and you can do the same for you. Head over to Phil at Computer Solutions R Us and tell him Inside the Game sent you. Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to Inside the Game, your one-stop shop for everything cool in video games. I'm one of your hosts, Drew Beausoleil. Don't forget to head to InsideTheGame.ca, where there you can be a part of the show. Now, some housekeeping news. The guys are heading to NGE, the Northern Gaming Expo, on April 27th. There, we're going to have a booth and a panel, so swing by and say hello. Now, coming up on today's episode, Nate and I swing for the fences, Scott and I bow to blood, I talked to the Yager about their upcoming title, The Cycle, and of course we're back with more Game On Challenge Mode. All that and a whole lot more in today's episode, so stick around. But you know how it goes, here's the inside scoop.
So Gearbox Software has announced some pretty big news with the release date of Borderlands 3. Releasing on PS4, PC, and Xbox One on September 13th, coming exclusively to the Epic Store until April 2020. This is a pretty big move for Epic because of this whole Steam Epic kind of battle happening, so excited to see where this goes. A new trailer for Borderlands 3 highlighting the 4 new playable Vault Hunters and the evil duo they'll go up against, the Calypso twins. So the 4 new Vault Hunters are Mose, the Gunner, Amara as the Siren, FL4K or Flak as the Beastmaster, and Zane as the Operative. Gearbox also has teased New Worlds Beyond Pandora, where players can loot for the series trademarked bazillions of guns, including firearms with self-propelling bullet shields, rifles that spawn volcanoes, and guns that grow legs, hunt down targets, and verbally insult them.
From the developer Milky T Studios, Hyper Brawl Tournament is now officially coming to the Xbox One. Bigger than ever, Hyper Brawl Tournament is now on the Xbox One X. Since first teasing the game, they have added a lot more to the whole package. There's now 5 distinct game modes, a 1 to 4 player PvP online or offline mode, and well over 7 hours of gameplay. After consultation with the esports community, they have spent extra time on this game, making sure that it will be the next Smash arcade hit.
All you Battle Royale fans are going to be pleased to know that Call of Duty Blackout is actually going to be free for the entire month of April. What they're doing is they're allowing people to hop in and play the Blackout mode against other people playing Blackout, whether they own the game or not, and you're going to be able to play solos, duos, and squads. Blackout Free Access features all the intense action from Black Ops 4's Battle Royale game mode, with both the original Blackout map that brings together characters, locations, weapons, and gear from across the series, all in the biggest map in franchise history, as well as the brand new Alcatraz map. So you've got the whole month of April to check this one out, and make sure you do.
All right, Scott, it's time to bow to blood.
Your path to victory, your very survival, will depend on your skill, your cunning, and how you choose to wield the power inside you. But you are not on this path alone. Other captains have been chosen as well. but
All right, Scott, you and I jumped into Battle Blood by Tribe Toy. Now, I went in on the Oculus VR. You went with the Xbox version. We kind of did this on purpose. That way we can kind of see how the VR works, maybe not so works, and then how you played out on the Xbox. So what do you think about the game?
Well, first off, on Xbox One X, it's beautiful. I don't know if the color scheme translates into everybody's display the same way, but it was very colorful.
Nice.
And it has its own art style and everything. It kind of draws you in a Borderlands style pen and ink.
It's very over-the-top art style, right? Even the characters themselves are really built up over this overarch kind of look at me, I'm so big and important kind of thing. It's really cool, this arcade kind of feel of the whole thing and how they present the actual story of the game.
Yeah, now it is Bow to Blood, the last captain standing. So it is kind of centered around this game show that you're a part of.
Yeah.
And each round you're fighting, you're doing a challenge, and you're trying to upset the scoreboard and push somebody off into the lowest 2 brackets.
Yeah.
So after a couple games, you fight it out. You can make alliances with these people. You can have a bunch of different options come up to where you can kind of talk to these people or trash talk them or just totally snub them in a deal. And then they hate you for the rest of the game. And a couple of rounds later, you might find yourself at the bottom and you don't want to be the last pirate standing because they might just cut you. So every time you have a round or several rounds, you find yourself in an elimination pool.
Yeah.
The bottom 2 go to the pool. Every pirate captain, or just captain, I guess, will vote on who they want to kick off. So you have to keep your relationships good with these people. It's
such a unique twist on the game. I thought it was really cool and how it worked, and it kind of drew me in, especially the art style. I really fell for the art style. But on the Oculus, I found it actually a little bit blurry. And what I found a little disappointing is when I was doing the tutorial, it was PlayStation Move tutorials that came up.
Oh.
Which I thought was kind of odd, considering I am on the Oculus, right? So that kind of took me out a little bit from the experience.
On the Xbox, I really like that you have your own room that you kind of return to. And when you get trophies and stuff, they appear in your room and stuff.
Yeah.
So you can it gives you something to look at and little postcards for each of the levels. And I thought that was really interesting because it kind of adds to this atmosphere that they're building where you really kind of feel like you're on that game show pirate thing. Like they capture the whole experience. You're in the round, you're in the after round, you go back to your little room, your cabin, and then you go right back into it.
They built the hype of you are on this show, right? And it is kind of the survival of the fittest sort of thing. It's a really cool take on the game.
Welcome to the 3rd match of the season. Congratulations on surviving the culling. But the competition will only grow more fierce from here. Excellent work by our leading challenger, Silas the Bent. Freelancer, you're in danger of being voted out.
So you had a lot of problems that you found visually with the Oculus.
Yes.
And control-wise. I found on the Xbox I didn't quite have the same experience. I was able to control with just some small inputs, button inputs. All those menus are hidden behind the D-pad, and so you can control your robots just by D-pad over and then select them.
Gotcha.
You can change your weapons by the D-pad and the upgrades and stuff. So it's it seems much more lent to a controller.
When you are manning the ship, you're on your HUD of the ship, and I was trying to aim my controllers because you can maneuver your crew around, right?
Yeah, your 2 robots, they talk to you. They're one of the few people with voices.
Quirky as can be, man.
Yeah, that's one way to
borderline
describe
annoying,
it. Yeah,
right?
that's what I was gonna say.
So I'm trying to move my robots, my crew around, but I'm trying to get over top my HUD because in the center console is kind of how you command the ship, and it's got your guns you can holster and shoot the other things coming at you and stuff. But at the same time, I'm trying to maneuver these guys around. I can't move them because this console is right in my way.
Oh, so that's an issue with the Oculus.
That's my issue.
I didn't have anything similar to that, really, except that it was visually kind of in the way. The console in the front of you and the whole ship I found while you're trying to maneuver through these little caverns, because it's all different axis.
Yeah.
But when I found it was really visually distracting at that point.
Yep. Yeah, it was, because I'm using the triggers on my touch controllers, and I have to highlight the robot, and then I have to point over, because there's almost like a laser beam, and it shoots, and then I point it and click it on the next station to send them to, and that was cumbersome, because I said I got the console, and then on the console itself, I got to do the same thing on the console, because you got to get those little energy orb things, and you got to put those in different spots because then they energize other thing like a boost or a different ability kind of thing, right?
So that's kind of what the robots are for too. You just assign them to the station and it gives you the third upgrade or the third tier of that ability, that station. So you can, if you need more boosts, you put a robot on the engines and you can boost much faster. Your ship just flies.
Yeah.
So I found that was really interesting because it kind of changes the gameplay and there's a lot of things to keep track of. So
there's a lot going on.
I found that was probably my biggest takeaway, is that there was a lot of things going on. There's a lot of ships flying at you and projectiles. You're trying to do evasive maneuvers.
So that was another issue I had on the Oculus, because as all this chaos is going on around me, I'm getting shot from behind and I can't see a thing. So then you do what you normally do, right? You turn around. Well, as I turn around my ship, I was like this, I went, whoa! I almost fell over because it just went, like, just swung right around. And I kind of thought, being in, obviously VR has a sense of motion sickness if you're not careful. But because this big ship was right out in front of me, I thought it narrowed down my point of view to where it would kind of keep me centered and focused. But even moving that around, I was just like, whew, I lost a step. I actually kind of, man, I thought it was going down.
And when I played it, I thought that would be a useful thing, to just be able to look left and right and to pick different spots. But it seems like that just overcomplicated it in this case.
Well, so again, we go back to the console, right? You can look around, but then the ship itself is up the sides and you can't really see. So I can't, because you can't aim your turrets behind you, I had to maneuver the whole ship around.
You have to crank the wheel and swing it around.
It's like a ship right down in the ocean, right? And it's not going to turn on a dime. This thing just gotta take its time, and then I gotta get around this one robot to shoot it from behind because it's got this force field, and I can't do nothing, and then I almost fall. All right, Scott, what do you want to score this one for Bout of Blood? I went on the Oculus, you're on the Xbox. What are you scoring the Xbox version?
I think the Xbox version is going to slide out ahead. I have to give this a 7.5 based on just the visual styles and that keep coming back kind of style gameplay.
Yeah, I'm a little lower. The Oculus I found a little cumbersome and a little unfocused at points, so things were like blurry, they weren't as crisp as I was hoping. And then with the whole move from the PlayStation Move being on my Oculus tutorial thing, I thought was kind of strange. I'm there with the 6.
Bout of Blood has a creative universe, colorful environments, and immersive player choices. Best played on Xbox One due to VR motion issues and weak controls.
I'm Jonathan Lindsay, I'm the executive producer on The Cycle.
I'm Torkel Fuhn, I'm creative director of The Cycle.
Yeah. So, a short, like a kind of brief history. So Yager's been around for 20 years. It's one of the few independent developers out in Europe, in Germany. There's not that many of us. And so we're probably best known for Spec Ops. We did Dreadnought as well. Dreadnought was our first free-to-play live service game where we learned a lot, and many ups and downs, but we learned a lot from it. So The Cycle, it's actually only been in development for just over a year, which is very, very short amount of time.
That is short considering. Like, I jumped into the alpha you guys just had, and that didn't feel like an alpha. To be honest, that was pretty polished, guys.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. We're actually really quite proud of it, and we had a prototyping phase like about a year and a half ago, because the whole idea came from something that we started about a year and a half ago called pitch jams. So it's a bit like doing a game jam.
Okay.
And the idea is to kind of get everybody in the company who wants to involved with new product development and have a more kind of bottom-up approach. And so everyone got a couple of days to pitch a game based on a business brief. So that's actually all the ideas were something we could actually pursue. and then we whittled it down to some finalists, and the cycle was one of those finalists and it won. And we spent a couple of months about 3 months making a prototype, which we shopped around. And because it's doing something different, we had quite a tough time getting people to understand it, because people like X and Y kind of pitches. It's like this, but with this. And it's quite hard to do that with the cycle because it's doing a lot of things.
Can you explain to those who don't know what the cycle is, what the premise of the game is?
Say it again.
Can you explain the premise of the game to those who don't know, who have never maybe heard of the cycle?
Well, I can give you the genre that we're trying to come up with, and talk and give you the detail. But we're calling it a competitive quest shooter, and we had to come up with a new genre because it's a bit different from other games, and I think Torgo will give you the best kind of detail on it.
Yeah, I mean, we, like Jonathan said, we had to sort of make something up. Hopefully we made up something that encapsulates most of the parts of it, like the competitive part of it, the quest part being sort of PvE things, and that it's a shooter. But essentially it's a game where you get to choose if you want to do PvE or PvP in a match-based setting. So you play 20-minute matches and you compete against others to complete contracts. And then you have to make it out alive. So the person that makes it out alive with the most contracts completed is the winner of that match. So yeah, we used the term PvE/VP a lot internally, but it was too hard to say, so we went with competitive quest shooter.
But it doesn't stop press writing PvP/VE and players, so it's something that we're really put in that slot. And something as well as important is that you don't actually get really rewarded for killing other players.
Okay.
So it's not a battle royale at all. The only thing that's really similar to a battle royale is that it's about a 20-minute long match, and there's a bunch of players on the map. But we only have 20 players on the map. It's not like a typical battle royale game. So you get kind of indirectly rewarded by taking out players, and because if they're higher than you in the scoreboard, then sure, you move up a place.
Okay.
But you don't have to only shoot players. You can also make a pact, so like a temporary alliance with the player. You can betray them. There's all sorts of social emergent gameplay stuff that happens during the match, which you don't have in a battle royale game.
It's definitely an interesting take on what you're kind of developed your own genre, as you mentioned, right? No longer are you just doing a PvP or a PvE. Before, those two genres never meshed together, and now you're kind of mixing them both in there. Oh, that's very good. I had a blast playing the little bit I was able to jump in. Do you guys have a long-term goal for a launch release? You looking next year or anything in mind that I can kind of maybe show off to the viewers?
Well, I mean, we're aiming to go into closed beta later this spring, summerish, and then Q2. Yeah, and then open beta. I think our plan is still late summer, and that's about as far as launch as a word. I don't know what it would really mean for us compared to open beta.
As a live service game, it's like open beta pretty much will be the launch, and that's in the late summer, like Torko mentioned. So that's when it's a free-to-play game.
Okay, I didn't realize that. That's interesting. Are we gonna see it on console at all?
So we're concentrating on PC right now.
Yep.
But yeah, sure, we'd love to take it to console.
I think in many ways it's a case of making sure that we working together with the players, making sure that we have the live service that we want to have, that we're happy with, and the game that we have and that we're happy with, and then take that step towards console rather than trying to do it too early.
Yeah, it's just not. We would slow down development a lot. We did too early, so the game has to be solidified.
Very cool. Is there anything you guys want to touch on before we go?
There were stuff that we were supposed to talk about. Yeah. Development.
Open development.
Is that it? Yeah, I think that was it.
That's it. All right. Well, guys, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me for a few minutes here, talking about the cycle.
All right, Scott, ready to master the remaster?
I'm ready.
I figured I might, well, at least until he arrives. I thought.
Yes? Out with it.
Forgive me, sir. I had hoped that I might study under you. If I am to serve the Order, I can imagine.
All right, Scott, we're jumping into Assassin's Creed 3 Remastered. What did you think of this take on a game that actually you've played before?
Yeah, so I've played a lot of it and a lot of the Assassin's Creed stories. I don't want to say trilogy because I think there's 3 of those now.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure what's canon anymore, but we're back with this one. And it's quite a lot to take in. There's a big package. So it comes with a second game.
Yeah,
It's got Assassin's Creed Liberation alongside with it. Nice little tie-in there. I never got to experience that game, so it's got something in there for me too.
Yeah, I'm a big Assassin's Creed fan. I played a lot of the games. Actually, 3 is one of the ones I haven't played, and I haven't played Liberation yet either. But for me, so I was excited to jump back into this because now we're looking at a remaster of an old game on the new gen consoles. Jumping right into this one though, right off the bat, the whole intro for me on the boat.
Yes.
Holy cow, that took forever.
Even longer than a vault sequence. That was extra long where we're drifting across the sea, trying to get to America, and that's where the game starts off. So you're this British guy, kind of making your way. You're very mercenary, and you're on the way to America to start, doing your nefarious business and stuff. I don't want to give away too much of the story. It's an old game, but if you haven't played it, you should check it out.
No spoilers here, folks.
Yeah. Quite a lengthy intro with anything
It was lengthy.
You finally get to America, and he is a very important person in the storyline because he kind of fits into a couple different games. So you do this very long prologue, finally in America. Then you control Connor. You take control of a new character to the series. He's a Native American, and it's kind of a new take on it. So they added a lot of things to
different.
This game than they did in the other ones. And what did you think about how the game looked?
So, because it's a remastered version, we're coming from a 360 version of a game, now we're on the new gen consoles, and for sure the game looks better. And you can see the old game was much darker, there wasn't nearly as much contrast, and now with this remastered version, things definitely look a lot sharper, especially now that there's a lot more outdoors and you're kind of in the woods and stuff like that. Things look really nice.
And I'm on a 1X as well, so I'm
there
seeing
you go.
these 4K textures they've added to it. And to write about the brightness and the not particle effect, but if you're looking into the snow, it looks a lot more visually pleasing now this time around.
They did a good job. They really kind of just made that whole experience of being immersed in another Assassin's Creed world, just that much better from when they jumped from the 360 to new gen.
Yeah, and this one specifically, this game has a lot of different settings in it that would lend itself well to a remaster, and I think that's kind of the direction they were going with that.
Yeah, I mean, they were going to take a year off of a new Assassin's Creed game, so they rebooted an old one. It's not necessarily everybody's favorite version, title, but for me, I just found, like you said, we've got a really good visuals, we've upgraded quite a bit from there, but what I found was I still felt like I was playing on a 360 when it came to some of the movement around the map.
Yeah, I've noticed some of the same things that I didn't notice the first time around, but now that we're in the new gen systems, it's kind of glaring. So you try to climb buildings and it's a little clunky.
Yeah.
The fighting is a little clunky.
Yeah. Especially since some of the games we're playing now, it is a big jump from then to now, right?
Yeah, and especially with Ubisoft's work in For Honor, they have smooth fighting and combat system. I would have loved if they took that and put it back into an old game, but that would be way more than a remaster.
Yeah, I think it'd be a brand new game almost, right? But yeah, for me, I really love the Assassin's Creed series. But for this game, I just kind of felt like, I don't know if it was the right one to remaster. I don't know how you feel about that.
It was, yeah, I'm trying to figure that out myself. I think I kind of know what they were going for because Assassin's Creed 3 is very important in the timeline. It wasn't the biggest game, I don't think, commercially at the time, although it did open it up, and there's obviously many games since.
Yeah.
But for the storyline, with the Abstergo company and the Assassin Order fighting, 3 is actually very instrumental in it, and not only for the story, but they added ship combat.
Yes, this was a new thing for Assassin's Creed 3. Yeah,
and it spawned a whole almost genre of ship combat games, maybe even lasting up until some of the current games that we have, like Sea of Thieves and stuff. You can see its impact has gone far and wide. The ship combat in it is a little bit more removed than in the newer games.
Yeah,
but you can tell they definitely hit gold with it. They struck gold, and they made a whole series of games since.
Exactly. They took a big step putting that into this game, right? So it was something that was never really in, it was never in any of the other Assassin's Creed games, but as far as games in general at the time, there wasn't really any good ship fighting style games out at the time, and it really led in for a huge lead up to Black Flag, which was the preceding game of this one, and it was, I mean, they obviously made some tweaks in Black Flag and improved the ship combat, but be able to say that Assassin's Creed 3 is where it all started makes sense. Like you said, maybe why they remastered it, right? Reintroduced some of the things people didn't know about. Because honestly, because I played Black Flag and not 3, I didn't realize there was actually all the boat stuff in 3.
Oh yeah, no,
so
that's where it came from.
So it was cool to see.
But it was a little bit removed with menus and stuff. So they definitely put that to the forefront for the next few games. There was Black Flag, Rogue, and they've just kept the Oceaneering since.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And it's definitely a strong part of the series. Now this one's kind of an interesting blend because there's a city and the ocean part, because the ocean was never meant to be the main focus.
Yeah.
So you kind of get the blend of both. Ever since then, they kind of split Assassin's Creed into 2 different trees, where you get the main city areas to explore, and it's very busy, and then you get the ocean, which you can just jump right into the ship, and that's like the different kind.
Yeah,
you're kind of exploring more of the world, the big overworld.
It feels like almost like 2 different games, right? Because they've done such a good job at both. It feels like you're on 2 separate adventures. But you kind of said something that just struck something with me there, is the cities in a lot of the newer games are very crowded, bustling. There's lots of people. I found in this one it felt a little empty.
It was a lot less busy than I remember.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's just a product of the times, and now that we're on the new systems, we just expect more. We expect
more. Yeah, we're definitely spoiled, right?
Or it could have been the fact that they had the trees you could climb and more of a varied environment that you could run around, and maybe that's where some of their assets kind of went to.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to tell, but it is kind of weird to look back on. This is the remaster they chose to do.
Yeah, and like you said, other than some of the timeline things that kind of help, you know, lead up the rest of the series, it just kind of felt like it was a reboot of something that maybe they shouldn't have rebooted. I mean, fans of this series are going to enjoy this game. It's a Assassin's Creed game through and through, but for me, I just don't know how I felt about it overall. If you've got to score this game, Scott, what are we going to score it?
I'm going to have to give it a 6.5 because although it is very instrumental in the storyline and it introduced a lot of mechanics, it's kind of tough to get into because of that super long intro. The super long intro is one of the biggest complaints I think I've heard about this game, and it's hard to get past.
Yeah. For me, it's the same thing, and there was a lot. It wasn't just the intro. There was a lot of walking and talking in this game.
It's very slow,
and it's a lot slower pace than you're used to. When you jump into an Assassin's Creed game like me, I haven't played in a while. I want to get into the action, and this game just didn't do it for me. Visually, it looks great. Controls were a little clunky, like we said, but for me, I'm gotta go with a 6.
AC3 Remastered is your standard Assassin's Creed title. Fans of the series will enjoy this fresh look, but this remake feels its age. The controls don't transfer well to the new-gen consoles, and just leave you wanting a bit more.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Game On Challenge Mode. That's right, we're challenging it up here for the rights to own our beards. That's how it's going to go. This week, we have Nate picking the title. We're playing Killer Instinct. No surprise.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so right now the standings sit with Scott with 3, Corey with 2, Nate has 1, and I have 0. See if I can change that.
Territory.
No, very unfamiliar, but it's okay. We'll get out of this funk. So the way this bracket's going to work is we will do the top 2 move on. The losing 2 out of this first round will face off for 4th and 3rd, and the top 2 will battle out for 1st and 2nd. Right now we have Corey and Nate going. You guys get to actually pick
David
your fighter
Goliath. Let's
this
go.
time.
All right, let's do it.
All right. So Nate's first player, Corey is 2nd. I'm curious to see how this goes. You know who you're going to pick?
No idea.
Glacius?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's happening.
That's a thing. There he is. Sticking old school? Or you changing skins? There you go.
I'm just going to...
Who are you thinking, Corey?
I'm going to go with...
If you want to easier...
Nope.
Okay. Oh,
I'm going to pick my own character.
Saberwolf.
Win my own way.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, I was going to say pick Saberwolf. So.
Nice.
Nah, no, he's not going to pick it.
Wait, combo assist. Hold on, what's this?
Oh, how come mine's
Combo
disabled?
assist disabled and there we go.
Enabled? Or do we go enabled or disabled?
It's up to you.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, have yours enabled.
Okay.
I'll disable mine. Nah, I'm gonna
Keep them the
make it-
same.
keep
Keep
it-
them the
I'll
same.
keep it the same.
Keep them the same.
This way, when I beat you, it's all the same.
Yeah, it's legit. Oh, don't use the retro. It's so ugly.
I know. I was gonna say. I don't like that one either. All right. All right. It was tough getting through the menus. Let's see how I do in the game.
How do these buttons work?
I forget.
Do you know your game for next week then, Corey?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, dang.
Ooh, nice.
That's a confident yes.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I want it on Switch or Xbox yet.
Oh. I don't know. That sounds like either a Smash, maybe, or...
No, that's not Smash. I know
Well,
it's
not for on Xbox, but if we're going with Nintendo. Yeah, because he beat us the first time on Smash, right? We'll see.
No, I didn't win Smash.
Yeah.
No, I did terrible on Smash.
Okay. All right, buddy.
It's on.
All right, here we go.
Oh.
Attaboy, Corey, get him. No, you got root for the underdog, right? Is that how it works around here?
Oh.
Corey's just like, I am hitting so many buttons as possible.
He's Saberwolf. He's the button king, man.
Ooh. What's block again?
Back.
Yeah, just hold back.
Yeah, okay.
Steve's like, I want to see. Oh, little dash away.
Oh.
Oh.
Just slapping him up.
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh.
All right. Okay, Corey, come on, buddy. Come back here. You got this.
Oh,
nice.
Oh.
That's yep, button mash.
Yeah, that little hand jab comes out 6 times. Yeah.
Oh, that's rough.
Yeah. Can't block it, man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So when you get in the combo, I need to try and match your move set. Basically.
Oh, is that what it is?
That's what the combo breaker is.
Okay.
Nice. See, like that.
There you
so
go.
You did a medium combo blocker, basically. So I was hitting you with mediums.
Oh, Corey. Oh, Corey, come on, Corey. Oh, there you go. That's it. One apiece.
No.
It is down to
Not
this.
looking healthy.
No, it's not.
Oh.
Oh,
that was a little poke. Yeah.
I didn't see it happening.
That's fair.
well.
All right, now we're moving on to Scott and myself. Let's see. So Corey goes to the loser bracket. Nate will go on to the winning bracket.
Good round,
Scott,
Nate.
you're first. I'm
Good
second.
round. No, good round for you, man. You came with a strong
Character select.
I've been playing this game for 3 weeks. No, I'm kidding. That's as good as I get.
Oh, I have no confidence in this game at all.
Nope. Me neither. This will be
I think this is going to be a great match.
good fight. Be flailing out.
cinder.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, the Arbiter. Oh, or Rash. Ram. I forgot these guys were in it.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Ram's
guys.
cool.
Ram.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Oh.
All right, boys, let's see it. Let's see it. It's so quiet. Everybody's so intense. These Game On challenges are way different than the Game On. Let me tell you, things are way more serious.
I want my beard.
Yeah, I've kind of grown attached to mine, actually.
Right?
Yeah.
It's because it looks better.
Oh,
just kidding. I'm just kidding. It looks really good though.
Just rubbing it in.
Yeah, so that way we don't have to shave it. It looked good.
Oh,
This is a really David and Goliath.
Whoa.
Look at the size difference here. What is
just
this?
a little punched. Oh,
What was that?
I have no idea.
that made me move backwards. Oh,
Oh, he hits pretty.
Oh,
the combos.
I don't know. Oh,
Oh
oh no, oh no.
Oh no.
Thank goodness I got a warranty on that controller, Drew.
that's cool.
Man. This is a close one.
Wow.
Almost.
Mortal Kombat fight. Just dive in the air. Oh,
Oh,
Oh, I canceled it. I have no idea what I did, so that's why I canceled
there's
it.
another one. Yeah. Oh,
Intense
man.
fight.
This one's close.
No, no, no. Oh, come on. What is that?
Oh.
Oh.
Whoa.
pretty cool.
This one's close, man. You guys are on a good one right now.
Oh, no, 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 no.
Even that big guy can jump. Oh, big one.
What's this?
What is? Oh! Who knew?
I'm so big, I just fell over.
Big tree fall
I guess
hard.
I'm out.
Oh, so that's a
What is that?
that's like
Kind of like a grab.
ranged attack. That's what he was doing anyway.
Oh,
I don't know what
okay.
you were doing.
I haven't got a clue what I was doing.
Oh,
What was that? I was like, back up.
got a bit of a charge on him.
Okay, yeah, I guess
I was like, no.
Oh, he falls over so
Just-
gently.
I felt, hang on, he's gonna sit down for a second.
I'm pooped.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, that looks intense.
Oh. Whoa.
Combo breaker.
Dang. Oh, man.
Nope, I can't.
Okay, stop blocking, Scott.
Oh, he grabbed you.
Oh, he shook your hand because you were
I
beating
told
him
you,
so hard.
stop blocking. Okay. No, what is that?
Some ranged attack or something.
Man, that looks like, yeah. If he
It
gets
looks like you
hold
don't
of
want
me
to be
with
a part of that.
Not at all.
He's trying.
Oh, I get you with that one. It's not gonna happen.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Oh.
Woo!
Drew.
What's up, buddy?
surprise win.
Just so everybody knows, even during that entire thing, Drew was still pressing the button.
Still hammer. Yeah, I'm like, he's going down.
I am not missing a button.
All right, so Scott, third and fourth will battle it out. Now we're gonna go with Scott and Corey.
Oh. Are we taking down the top dog back to fourth place?
Oh, there we go, right? Maybe.
Don't put the pressure on me, man.
All right.
Oh, do I? I'll have to go to select character as well. I apologize.
Do I do Ram again and just have a slight amount of knowledge of my character, or?
I don't know. I was already thinking about changing mine, so it's
Okay.
really. I might go with a fresh one here.
Arbiter. I was thinking Arbiter.
He's easy.
Fulgore, man. He's a classic.
He's tough though. I
Yeah.
find
tough
he's
to
a
use.
tougher one to use if you don't know what you're pressing.
Whoa.
Oh, that's a weird costume for the Arbiter.
Sure.
Whoa.
Corey's like, well, whatever.
Why not, man?
Sure.
Oh, I didn't even see the other costume for the Arbiter.
All right, we just do random, right?
Yeah, just pick a random.
Yeah.
All right, so this is for third and fourth place.
I need 1 point. I need 1 point today. Fall behind.
Just keep my lead.
I want that point. Everybody counted me out last week. Everybody didn't realize Zach was in second place.
It's so true.
Everybody's like, what? Corey got second?
Wait a minute. What?
That's right.
Slow and steady.
Beam Sword's so overplayed.
Oh, you're walking with such sass.
Right?
I lost this fight already.
It's Carissa.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I don't like those.
I don't know what Ari's deal is. That's some cool looking health and stuff, though.
Yeah, what's with the 2 bars?
I don't know. She's got 2 weapons. Like looks like a flying ability or like something like that. You see it on that?
Oh,
yeah, okay. Corey's like, that doesn't help me.
Don't know how to do it.
Oh, nice little pushback.
Oh, no.
Ooh, this is close. This is close.
Oh, okay.
Energy sword.
Corey just keeps lifting his leg. Oh.
Come on, man.
Oh, you're close.
Close.
It's close.
It seems like Ari has less health. Am I crazy?
Boom, boom, boom.
Man, that just took a chunk down. Like, holy.
Yeah, that's kind of cheap, just having a gun in your back pocket. This is a fighting game.
Scott's like, I'm going to use it again.
Yeah, well, I would too. I'd be all over that, man. It's all about the points.
Just spam.
I don't.
Oh! I'm in trouble still.
Yeah.
Whoa, what was that?
Wait. Oh, you got your health back when you did that.
Oh, you did too.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh, nice.
You have 2 bars.
Oh, no,
Yo,
don't
you got,
do that.
You got
There.
Blue bar and a green bar.
Oh.
Oh, my goodness.
That's what that is. So. Oh, that's not looking
This
good,
isn't.
though.
No,
No, it's not helpful.
it didn't help me at all.
Yes, I should have been the arbiter the whole time.
Oh, what was that?
Oh, missed it. Whatever it was. I'm done.
You're back.
Oh, yeah.
Go.
Yeah, because it's weird. You get like.
Health bar.
That is weird.
That's oh, so she has less health, but an extra
2
health
bars, yeah.
Oh, no. I'm out of ammo.
Come on, Corey.
Oh, there you go, Corey. Here's your chance.
Corey.
Oh, I just collapsed.
Yeah. Just sit down.
Dang.
That was a hard fight.
Good round, bud. Good round.
That was good.
Damn, I knew
All
it.
right, so
I was
Scott
hoping
gets
not-
one.
I was hoping not for 0 this week.
Corey got 0. Now we're on to me and Nate.
I'm actually kind of nervous there, Cinder.
You should be, because I'm going to use Cinder again.
I know you are.
No, this
I
isn't
should
my
have probably
kind of
played this before we started this.
No, this
segment.
is perfect.
Yeah. I can't lose my own
You
game,
could have
man.
just cleaned us. Yeah, like shut us all out.
If I just played for like 20 minutes, probably.
Just got a refresher.
Oh.
I think that was a slight against us, boys. Just putting that out there.
Yeah.
Drew,
No.
use that to fuel you through this round.
That's right.
Hey, I use my rage to fuel my success. I'm
I'm going to burn you.
gonna freeze you.
Black ice. The most dangerous Canadian version.
Oh, that's. Oh, man.
Random.
All right. You ready?
Fire and ice.
yeah.
This one's intense.
Yeah, I'm already.
Fire and ice. A tale of 2 swords. No, wrong game. Maybe a little hint though. You know the hint. Train up.
I've definitely never played that game.
Scott's like, I know.
I'm like already moving back. Holy, that was range.
Oh, I'm locked out.
Oh, that sucks. I had you.
Nice.
Ooh, big one.
I hope that sound is being picked up by the mics.
He's just back button mashing.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, man.
He's laying it.
Oh no.
Oh, he's got me in the corner.
String the combo.
No, I was doing so well. Oh, what is? That's not cool.
Shoulder sliding.
Nice jump, Drew.
Thanks, buddy.
Really good.
That was a good one. Oh, this is a round. Oh, you got him. Keep
locked
going.
out.
I'm trying. I was trying. No. Stop doing that. What are you doing?
Escape.
You just gonna sit back and wait?
Yeah, I'm waiting for you.
Oh, wow. Oh, he tried to go for the cheap shot.
Oh, nice.
Clean.
Oh, wow. The overkill on that? Should be taking power off your current bar now.
That's right.
That's what Drew's hoping for.
I was hoping. Can I just continue on?
Oh, you are already. Nice.
Woo!
I can't do the aerial.
No, no, no. That's not good at all. You see that? Oh, you sat down again. Oh, man. Oh, come on. Really? Nice. That's huge. Yeah.
Oh, caught you.
Oh, did he ever? Oh, I'm so close, too. Yeah.
Oh.
Keep it going, dude.
Can I get unlocked here?
No.
Oh,
I thought you dodged it. I thought so, too.
Oh.
That's so close.
Nice try,
Good
man.
job.
That was close. That was close.
In there.
I got 2 points. Nate got 3. Standings now. Scott has 3 points. Nate has
4 points.
I have 4 points.
Oh, yeah, you lost, didn't you?
Yeah.
Sorry, dude.
That's okay.
Scott has 4 points. You have 3
points.
I have 2 points.
I have 2.
Scott, or Nate, Corey, somebody has 2. It's been a long week, boys. All right, that's a disaster of another Game On segment. Let's head back to the show. All right, Nate, let's go. Time for the show.
Yeah.
To start him out, it's ball 1. Line toward the alley in left center, and it's a base hit. And just like that, the potential tying run is aboard here to start the home half of the ninth. As we take a look at his numbers, a couple of things jump out at you.
And here's the thing from a pitcher's perspective. You look at this line.
So this week, you and I jumped into MLB The Show 19, obviously from Sony.
Yes.
Sony San Diego Studios. These guys make this game each and every single year, and it kind of makes you wonder, how much can they iterate on a baseball game when you only have a 9-month cycle? And I gotta be honest, this year, there's a lot of new things in this, and this is awesome.
That's pretty cool. So this is actually, embarrassingly enough, my first MLB The Show game.
I'm a veteran.
And probably my first baseball game since Nintendo 64.
Okay, this is kind of why we did this, right? Because I play this each and every single year, and you were a newcomer to the series, so I wanted to see how your opinion was when you jumped into MLB The Show. So what did you think of this coming from a 64 day into now where graphics are really at a whole other level? You're talking about MLB The Show where your character looks incredible. The sound, the lighting, everything is so well polished in this game. So what do you think of coming back from an N64 day now into the latest and greatest of MLB The Show on the PlayStation 4?
So it's definitely come a long way, we'll say. And I really struggled. So I'm definitely a noob because I haven't played a baseball game in forever.
Yeah.
So the swinging mechanics, man, it's tough. But I'm telling you, it just feels really authentic when you're doing it, though. The timing, the microseconds, every microsecond counts.
How did you set up? Because you can always customize which way you want to do your batting. How did you have your batting mechanics set up?
I tried both.
Okay.
I tried classic, and then I tried directional.
Sure.
And I just stuck to classic.
I'm a classic guy.
Okay.
Through and through. I've been doing this for
nice
years.
Little square and X.
Just square and X, get my timing right. But even at the beginning, though, I struggled. Being off for a year now, coming back into the game, I was like, whew, my timing was off. And then today, 6 for 6, my timing is back. So you start to feel that groove and you go, man, there's a fastball. And the minute I swung and missed the next one, ooh, nailed me with the changeup. So before I'm starting now to pick up on what pitchers are coming in. There comes this slider and it curls right into me, right? I'm like, okay, wait a little bit longer because it's a bit slower to get into you because that fastball is a lot quicker.
Oh yeah, man. So let's talk about the game mode, Be a Pro, because I'm pretty sure that's your career mode, whatever.
The Road to the Show, I think, is what you're looking for there.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Road to the Show is where this game absolutely shines. There are multiple game modes in here. There are so many, and they brought in March to October this whole new charge where you're able to jump in, play a couple innings, get the game over with, and start building your team from the beginning of the season all the way to the end.
That's cool, right?
But I just want to play Road to the Show every time. Like, I've played the play your 9 innings, and those are long game modes, but they're fun, but they're long, and they take a long time. So the whole March to October new mode allows you to get in, get out, and get your game mode done, but it's Road to the Show, like you say. So what do you think about that Road to the Show?
So It's really cool, man. They have a lot of cool mechanics as far as just as soon as you start in it, you're just having a conversation with another teammate, and I was you actually get to pick dialogue.
Yes.
And it seems like, or not, it seems it actually affects things when you choose certain dialogue.
So perks are new this year to Road to the Show. They've always had Road to the Show where you basically customize your player and work your way up through the ranks, going from AAA to AA and all the way into the majors, right? So you want to do that. You focus on one character, and then you only play as that character. You don't play the entire team. You play as that character. But perks now allow you to have different stats and conversations with people, and this is kind of like, it's almost like an RPG, but they took out this year the ability to spend my points where I see fit. So before, you would be able to go, okay, I got this many for playing this game. I'm going to spend my points on upgrading my power for right-handed hitters.
And they got rid of
right-handed pitchers. They did. So now the way it works is when your game finishes, on how well you do is based on how much reward you get on your progression. And they've implemented now icons, which I kind of appreciate. It's small little touches, but it's the little touches that make the game shine so much. So now instead of having power right-handed hitter, you'll have power with like a bat and a ball icon and a couple other little things throughout the game. And then when you're up playing your own character there, your player for the game, they actually give you challenges while you're playing too. So then you can have a chance to upgrade. If you get the reward for the challenge, they'll have 3 different tiers, 2 different tiers, depending on what the challenge is. And you get a percentage based off of if you succeed on that challenge. Very cool.
It's very in-depth, man. This is crazy.
Yeah, they've really taken this to a whole other level now. But again, going back to the RPG system, this is RPG for baseball, which is awesome. So you have so much time to invest in this game.
I have to ask you though, what position did you pick?
Oh man, I'm shortstop.
Okay, that's what I picked.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, man, I'm turning double plays. I'm fumbling the ball too, which they've really enhanced a little bit this year. Is the ability now, if your timing is off, you will drop that ball, you'll kick that ball, you'll fumble that ball around. So it's not as forgiving, right? You struggled a little bit to get started.
Just a little bit, yeah. But I've finally gotten through getting the timing down and everything, and this game's awesome, man. I can't stop playing it.
It's really addictive. That's why I said you can go back, you can go online, you can go in conquest mode and all these other modes, and I've played a ton of these modes. I've played a ton of MLB The Show over the years. So each year they come out with something new, like this March to October road thing, and then the Road to the Show is improved upon each and every year, and that's where it really shines for me as a fan who comes back to the series each and every year.
So what you're saying is this is definitely an improvement from last year?
Yeah, so a lot of people go, okay, you know what, it's a new game, but how different is it from last year? And there's a bunch of different improvements, like the Road to the Show and how you're able to, well, you know what, it's the customization options that are in the Road to the Show. Like even the little things now, where if I hit a home run, you could always do the home run and how you hit the home run, and it's like a walk-off. And they'll, like, so my character cranks that ball, right? Puts the bat, boom, sets it right on the plate, and then walks around. And that's how it was. But this year, now they've added in actual animations as I carry around the diamond, right? So as I hit from base to base, and I round third, I got Tilo, a Jays fan, right? So Tilo's got this animation where he swings his arm around and slaps, high fives, but it's low, right? So I got that on there.
That's
so
sweet.
and then I've got music for when I hit home runs. I got music for when I walk up. The guys announced my last name is not in this game.
No?
Beausoleil is not in there, man. So
I loved it.
I get Drew.
My name came up right away.
Oh, of course it did. I get Drew Andrews. I'm like, no. So I found some other one. It said Drew Below, and then the one announcer says below, and then the other one Drew Below. I was like, oh, this is so make Beausoleil. Come on, can't you guys get that in there somehow?
Maybe
next year.
So one thing I've noticed about this game, Drew, is that compared to all the other sport games, in my opinion, it seems like they actually really put an effort and change things and add features.
Yes.
Because, you play NHL, doesn't seem like they do much for that price that you pay, but with MLB The Show, it really seems like you get what you pay for.
Yeah, San Diego Studios is a really great studio. They pay attention, they listen to the fans, and introduce new little features and new little, just small touches each and every year that want you to come back and go, man, I want that feature now, and oh, look at this feature now. And then, like, every year they'll list off, here, there's this feature, this feature, this feature. They'll go through it, like, they'll write off a whole list. But the thing that San Diego Studios is able to do, because all they do really is MLB The Show. So now MLB The Show is done. Kind of, right? They're still going to work on tweaking whatever, but they're already working on next year's game.
Yeah.
So they're able to spend the time and work on concentrating to get everything else polished and then up it again with new features. Because every year they'll make a list of features, but they're not going to get everything that they want into this year's game. So they'll save those and put them into next year's game.
Oh, that's really cool. And speaking of polish, this game graphically is probably it's the best looking sports game there is.
Oh, this is fantastic. My character looks like me. He's got my beard, my hair is like a little pointed up, right? And it's so cool. It feels like it's me. I just wish my character would speak. Like I'm able to pick all the text and stuff and make all the decisions, but I want that extra level. And the announcer that kind of walks you through all those choices is a little dull, right? He's very dry. So he went over here and he talked to this guy, and the pitcher says this, and now he's going to go over here. I'm like, man, you are boring to listen to. That's my only downfall of this game.
Hopefully, maybe next year or a couple years from now, we might actually get a voice with the character, because like we've said in previous reviews and everything, that can really make a game, you know, stand out when your character actually talks.
Well, exactly, and they already have the dialogue, so it's not like they're making it up on the fly, right? The dialogue is there, so then have the voice actor come in, read off the dialogue options, and then when I select my dialogue, then have my character speak. It's not that complicated.
Yeah.
All right, Nate, this is going to wrap up this review of MLB The Show 19 from San Diego Studios. I think you're hooked now. What are you scoring this one?
I'm absolutely hooked, man. This game is awesome. It's beautiful. The storyline is great, and yeah, I'm in. 8.5 for me, man.
Nice. Again, back again. These guys are a solid studio, bringing us another solid game. I'm there with a 9.
And it's a 4-3 finish in
MLB The Show this year has brought some great new mechanics and continues to be the best baseball game franchise to date. Beautiful and improved graphics really add value to the also improved customization to the game. Adding a new game mode to the already huge list of modes on top of everything previously mentioned shows how much the creators really care about the fans.
the 1-1. Grounded down the third baseline. Throw on to first in time, so the leadoff man is set down to open up inning number 8.
And Corey, that is it for another episode this week. Now, each and every week, you guys hit us up on InsideTheGame.ca. We're there. You submit your clips. Who do we have for this week?
We got Bear vs. Shark. Pretty sneaky snipe on Fortnite. Let's check it out.
All right, Nate, you and I jumped into...
We always say, all right, Nate. I don't know if you guys noticed that.
Yeah, we do.
I pointed it out to him now. I ruined the whole shit. I was just like, wait a minute. Everyone says that. And then my boss today, all right, Nate. Everyone says it.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm still doing it, man. I can't help it. That's how I start my shit. That's funny.
It's okay. Baldy.
All right, Nate, this is it for MLB The Show 19. We've had a blast. I think you are now hooked. What are you going to score this one?
So, since it's been a long time...
Need a drink!
Straight up. Straight up, guys. I need a drink. Gearbox also has teased New Worlds Beyond Pandora, where players can loot for the series trademark bazillions of guns, including firearms with self-propelling bullet shields, rifles that spawn volcanoes, and guns that grow legs, hunt down targets, and verbally insult them.
That's good. Yeah, I sold.